she hit the charts with Joan Jett, The Runaways, and Rock and Roll. Then she hit rock bottom. Now she's fought her way back with a chainsaw. Cherie Currie did drugs, sex, and rock and roll and hit rock bottom. Then fought back with a chainsaw. Welcome back to A Current Affair. In the 70s, Cherie Currie hooked up with Joan Jett and became a Sunset Strip smash with the all-girl Runaways at age 16. Now, backstage, she said it was all drugs and sex and self-destruction. But Cherie is a survivor. Now she's back and making noise with a chainsaw? Arthel Neville has the story.
Few have fallen as far, as fast, or as hard, but Cherie Currie is the ultimate Hollywood survivor. The one-time rock star has taken a chainsaw to her troubled past, creating a thriving art business and a loving family, complete with famous ex-husband Robert Hayes, star of one of Hollywood's classic comedies, Airplane.
Seeing a hot babe with a chainsaw is very exciting.
This beauty in a tank top was a teenage rock and roll star at the top of her game in the 70s.
It was a lot of fun to get out there in my underwear in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of screaming people.
Yet who was lucky to escape a backstage nightmare of sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I got into David Bowie in the mid-70s, saw my very first concert. 6 months later, where I was at a club called the Sugar Shack in Studio City, and Kim Fowley and Joan Jett walked in.
Kim Fowley was the producer looking to create a band of young girls. Joan Jett was the teenage guitarist. With Cherie Currie out front and 3 other teenage girls, the Runaways were born.
The press had a great time with us, calling us jailbait rock, which, you know, we were. I, of course, was wearing a corset and fishnet stockings for Cherry Bomb, prancing around at 15, 16, 17 years old.
But behind the scenes, these teenage girls were growing up far too fast.
I mean, there was cocaine everywhere, people doing Quaaludes and people doing Placidyls and Tuinals and acid. Oh, I can't even talk about it. It makes me sick.
Cherie Currie left the Runaways in 1979.
We just burned out.
You're just shining.
But Hollywood noticed Cherie Currie. She moved to a movie career, most notably the film Foxes with Jodie Foster. But the after effects of sex, drugs, and rock and roll took some time to fade away.
By 1984, I had to get help. And I got sober, and I became a drug counselor for adolescents.
And then she heard the call of the chainsaw.
One day I was driving up on Canaan Dune Road, and there were a couple of guys up there chainsaw carving. And I pulled over and I walked into their gallery and looked at these beautiful pieces of art. And I just knew, I just said, I can do this.
In the most unlikely twist, chainsaw art became her new claim to fame.
You know, I've lived a lot. Now I just want to enjoy my life.
And there's another twist in this unusual life. In 1990, she married actor Robert Hayes. They divorced 7 years later, yet today, he remains her biggest fan.
She gave me the greatest gift in the world. It was our son.
Hello, Dad. Hello, Mom. Cherry Bomb.
The 3 of us are always going to be a family, whatever form that takes.
Love you, babe.
Whatever works, right? The family thing works for me. All right, good luck, Cherie. And we'll be back in a moment.